have to talk, sir. Keep quiet. Anything you want to talk, make sure if you were to be referenced 20 years later, you will stand there. I didn't know. That was when scriptures came alive. That God honors our words. He said, every idle word you speak, you will account for it. I said, wow. He said, I, the Lord, I confirm the words of my servant and the counsels of my messengers. I said, what? You never catch kings talk carelessly. Watch them. Some of you don't pay attention to geopolitics. You need to watch kings. There's one that is almost like a mute. The Chinese president. He doesn't even laugh. When you are laughing and talking, they are so discreet that you can't even interpret their countenance. You don't know whether they are happy with you or they are angry, because they don't want to commit themselves to you. Check presidents and see. Look at people like Putin. They will now say one thing and keep quiet. Wars are calculated, sir. Imagine everything Jesus said in scripture. Imagine if Jesus was talking like you. Oh boy, nothing they walk, oh. Hey, I don't die. You say you are a king. This country serve. Nothing they work here. And you are here. That means you have already passed the judgment over your own destiny. If nothing is working here, that means your life won't work. I'm not saying deny the challenges, but be careful. Your words can make you and your words can mar you. You find people, they talk anyhow. Especially in this media generation. Media never forget. After 10 years, after 5 years, they can't go forward again. Because they've used their words to block every path that they should have followed. Be wise. Kings don't talk carelessly, because they know their words carry authority. Number 5, kings value wisdom over strength. That's why you hear me say from time to time, our generation, everybody is looking for 6-pack, but there's no brain pack. They wear shirt, they open 3 buttons. They are walking like this. Some can't even wear shirt. They carry their shirt, put on the shoulder. They are drinking water so that you see 6-pack. I know the place of health. Exercise is very important. It's healthy. I know that. But I'm telling you, the level of commitment we give to building strength, if we gave it to wisdom, would have changed our world. You need to see kings. Even when they are children, they have special people who train them. Those days, every prince, they teach them mathematics, they teach them language, they teach them economics and investment, they teach them governance, and they teach them warfare. So a prince who is 15 knows more than some 40-year-old who don't know the palace. They sit them down, teach them wisdom, so that when they come out, they naturally will lead you, even if you were asked to compete with them. It will be natural. So why strength is important? Kings value wisdom more than strength. Proverbs 8:15-16 said, by me, wisdom speaking, kings reign. That means a king without wisdom can't reign. By me, kings reign. By me, princes decree justice. It said, by me, nobles, princes rule. Nobles, even the judges of the earth. So if you lack wisdom, you can't operate as a king. That's why it said, through wisdom an house is builded. By understanding it is established. Through knowledge, all the chambers are filled with precious things. Ask yourself, what's the wisdom that powers your relationships? Some people meet a stranger on the road. Today, Next week, he's their brother. He enters their family, they go to bedroom. They are introducing him everywhere. See now my brother. Then after 1 month, they say, your brother was involved in armed robbery 2 months ago, and they say you are an your brother is an armed robber. Your brother is a bandit. My brother. No code that governs relationship. Every stranger is their friend. And they want to rule. What is the wisdom that powers your money? How you get it and how you spend it. There's no wisdom. Some people, the money just comes and it disappears like that. When you talk, they say, God shall provide. My God supplies all my needs. When they are now in the pit, they say, God, where are you? What's the wisdom? You are saying, Lord, I want to marry. I want to settle down. What's the wisdom that you have acquired to define your home? Oh, Lord, this ministry must work. This ministry must work. 40 days vigil. What's the wisdom that powers that ministry? Nobody reigns by chance. You need to sit down, define the various aspects of your life, and ask yourself, what's the wisdom? What's the wisdom? What's the wisdom? For instance, as far as I'm concerned, 3 things define relationship: similarity of vision, loyalty, and competence. If I don't see that me and you are going in the same direction, no matter how interesting you are, when we enjoy that moment, all of us will go our separate ways. And if I see that we share the same vision, if I don't see loyalty in you, we speak after 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 weeks, I will become very busy because I'm a busy man. If you are working with me and I don't see competence enough to motivate me, my brother, we will talk from a distance. There is a wisdom, sir. Don't be careless about destiny. It doesn't work like that. There is a way kings function. Kings don't joke with wisdom. One of the biggest weapons of a king is his wisdom. You can trace different kings to different operation of wisdom. Number 6, kings think responsibility, not privilege. You hardly find a king take things for free. All this one that, so if there's anyone remaining there, help your brother. Never. Nobility frowns at seeking cheap things. When you find nobles, unless you come to honor them, they don't look for cheap things. Somebody wanted to give David a parcel of land and animals to sacrifice to God. He said, I won't take anything from you that will cost me nothing. Never. They gave Abraham a parcel of land. The sons of Shechem said, take, it's your land, bury your generations. He said, no, I will pay for it. I will pay, and let there be witnesses, so that tomorrow you don't change your mind. When I'm now building a lasting project, you'll say, that land is like we have use. No, you can't have use. They bought it. When you find people who are always looking for free food, they are servants. It's a servant mentality. When you find people who are always begging, they are servants. They are always looking for what is free. No, kings don't look for what is free. They take responsibility for things. In fact, even when they err, the first thing you hear them say is, I take responsibility. I take responsibility. In the days of kingdoms, when a king violates certain laws, you know what they do? They kill themselves. Go and study about the Japanese, the samurais. People are noble even up to death. A king will kill himself so that codes that govern the land won't be altered. Why do you think our country is in a mess? We don't have kings. No integrity. People fail. People err. People fail in their duties. And they are shamelessly parading themselves. Why do you think the Western world is ahead? You hear people are accused, they resign. Here you catch somebody in the act, he's fighting for the position. People resign. This is not in the past. They resign. Recently, something was leaked on BBC where they edited a video that indicted Trump. The moment the matter went out, 2 people resigned and they took responsibility for it. It's nobility. Servants never take responsibility. They are looking for one way or the other to justify their failures. And when they are caught, they now start begging. I beg now, please have mercy. For what? No integrity. If you will rule, if you will reign, you must learn the code, the mentality of kings. It's not everything that is, man of God, lay hands on me, lay hands on me. We have been laying hands on you here. Hey, bless this oil. You carry, you pour on your head, you pour in your shop, you pour in your house. You won't go far. It's not always about oil. What's the mentality you are working with? We think service is only powerful when we release fire, we release impartation. People are falling. You will fall and stand up and sink if you don't have the right mentality. And you keep seeing the people in the world overtaking those in the household of God. And we are wondering, there is a code. Some people, they can't be responsible for sweeping. Say, sweep the floor. Every week for 5 years, you will complain. They will say, the broom, there's a way the broom is. Oh, sorry, they opened the door late. Oh, they have 1,001 excuses. And they want to rule the world. Why? Kings must rise. Kings must rise. Kings must rise. Every king thinks service, accountability, and stewardship. That's the code of responsibility. What must I do? Why doing it? I must be accountable. I must be the best at it. That's how kings think. So they love what they do and they commit themselves to what they do. There are those who even hate service. So when they are assigning responsibilities, they go to the back and hide. When everything is done, they come back and say, Kai, God is helping us. Oh, God, yes, it's well. When they are now sharing things, they want to be first. You will be deluded. Number 7, kings honor laws and principles. See the way God thinks. Psalm 138 verse 2. He said, I honor my word above all my names. That's kingship. See the way the psalmist thinks or thought. Psalm 119 verse 97. Oh, how love I thy law. They are my meditations all day. Anybody who hates principles, anybody who hates laws is not a king. Because kings know that outside laws and principles there can be order in the kingdom. So they advocate it and they enforce it. If you are a lawless individual, just know where your destiny won't go far. No matter whatever prophets tell you. Every great destiny is governed by principles and laws. Go read about our fathers. Check their fasting life. Check their study life. Check their prayer life. Check the principles they have with money. Check the principles they have with the opposite sex. I know men of God who don't give lifts to women. It's a principle. They want to go far. But this generation, give them money, ask for it, you won't see it. Leave it, they will take it. So whether you give them or leave it, the money will vanish. And if they tell you next week means, please, I want to run. Leave me for 5 minutes so that I will disappear forever. Because next week will never come. No principles, no laws. No laws. I see many young ministers. You see them, they are hugging women. Hey, my sister, my sister. Lost that they can't tame. You'll see a pastor, a young preacher, he's having counseling with one sister in a dark corner. You know, this one has no principles. He won't go far. Give him time, something will come out. Because they are cheap priests to Satan. Everybody who is a king, he knows that to immortalize any vision, you must systematize it. So what they do is that they build laws and principles. Even the manifestations of the spirit, they are laws. As I'm standing here, there are things I will never alter. I've seen lawlessness. High level lawlessness. That's why many gifted men never become anything. You can't doubt the gift, but life is without boundaries. Porous. Kings don't think like that. In fact, when you find a king who is without law, he seeks a mentor to give him laws. That's how kings think. Because they know these things will never change. If you find men who hate principles, laws, accountability, just leave them. They will drown themselves. There's nothing worthwhile that is not governed by laws and principles. Without jurisdictions, kingdoms don't exist. Number 8, kings protect people and territories. When you find anybody who has kingship in him, he rises up for the oppressed. He doesn't keep quiet in the day of adversity. Everybody who is a king takes it as a personal responsibility to defend the integrity of his territory and to defend the integrity and honor of the people in that territory. You don't need to know them. Go to civilized world where things work. You will see some of these things happen on the streets. People rise up for who they don't know. But when you go to where nothing works, nobody takes responsibility for another person. It's me, I, and myself. It's a servant mentality. A king knows that is a being of influence. So he takes responsibility for others. He helps the poor. He helps the needy. That's why kings advocate for justice. Because they know it is their duty to upgrade the integrity and the honor of others while protecting the integrity of their territories. This is kingship. This is how kings think. If it is difficult for you to stand up for others, something is wrong with you. Your life will be reducing. It will become small and small and small until it vanishes to oblivion. Kings. Jesus was speaking in John 10:11. He said, the good shepherd protects his sheep. Ask yourself, who are you responsible for at this age of your life? Who? Some of us are so servant oriented that even the 2-3 people that live with us in our house, our heart is not large enough to accommodate them. You need to see the way some women fight their house gears. They have sleepless nights over the food house gear eats. She will be so worked up, you think she has a sickness. It's house gear. Now, they are very demonic house gears. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about narrow-minded people who can never take responsibility for another person. When a man is a king, he shows. While we were in the universities, there were people who were already dashing their clothes to others who didn't have. They will iron it, fold it, and go and give somebody in private so that nobody knows. Hey bro, I don't know if you like this shirt. Because they've seen the brother use one shirt for long. It becomes a sin for them to wear 10 in one semester. Is kingship driving them? They may not even know. I've seen young people who came from wealthy homes, brought money from their fathers. They supported their mates to pay school fees. You know what? Some of those people they paid school fees for became the people who helped them in the future. It's kingship. It's a code. It may not be spoken, but it's there. Take responsibility for others. Finally, number 9, kings are